Hey guys, the Cowboy here with a Dead On Deal. Now, Dead On Deals are going to be a new series. Well, not necessarily a series, but basically when I'm browsing about in various different game stores like Steam or Origins and I see something that's an awesome deal that I don't want you guys to miss out on, I'm going to do a video on it or announce it somehow, most likely in a video, hopefully with gameplay footage of the actual game that's on sale. In this case, it's EVE Online. That's right, EVE Online is having a special offer for EVE Fest, which is like this big party thing, kind of like Minecon. It usually takes place in Greenland. I think it kind of changes every so often, but besides the point, it's on sale for $4.98 till the 7th of May. So if you've ever seen this game or ever heard of it, now is definitely the time to check into it. Now I played this game for 3 years and I haven't played it for probably about 6 months or so. I started a whole new account just to kind of show you the basics so you guys can see what you're getting into if you decide to try it. Never a better time, because that $4.98 not only includes the game itself, but your first month's subscription. Afterwards, it's $14.95 a month, which isn't too bad considering the content of the game. It is pretty much a standard MMO, what you would well, not standard. There's a lot of things that separate it greatly from other MMOs. Number one, it's sci-fi. It's all about spaceships and making money and destroying your enemies and having corporations, which are basically a corporation you can consider a guild in most other MMOs you would come across. You can also don't want to pay the $4.95. They still offer, I found out, 14-day, 2 weeks free trial. You have to go to eveonline.com and download the free trial through them. But if you want to, I honestly think that $5 you get the full game, you can get the full experience, because when, I don't know what's been changed, but when I tried the free trial, I got blocked on like my first or second day. I bought the full game just because I was heading up a specific skill tree and I couldn't use a specific ship. A lot of things are locked out for trial members, but if you don't even want to spend the $5 to try it out, you can go that route as well. So I'm chilling in my little crib here. This is basically an option for when you're in station. You don't have to use it. In fact, a lot of veteran capsuleers just ignore it. You can see your character, interact with some various different items. You can upgrade your little apartment in the station through a new store. I'm not exactly sure the details on that. I'm not going to go over that. This isn't a tutorial. I can't possibly cover everything. I'm going to go over the basics of the gameplay. So I'm going to go to my agent finder and we're going to click on the military while I'm waiting for the skills cues. Now, let me go ahead and read this. You're barely a graduate capsuleer, but you have discipline. That's a good sign, Dead Cowboy. Before I give any really dangerous assignments, though, I want to see how well you can handle yourself. Some separatist goons are harassing nearby asteroid belt, and the miners working it have requested that we clean up the area. Take care of it for me. And then, of course, if you decline a mission from this particular agent more than once every 4 hours, it will result in loss of standing. You don't want to lose standing with agents if it can be avoided, but you definitely also want to pay attention. One of the little tips I'll tell you about this game that I didn't find out till it's too late with my main account, my old account, is that some missions that you accept will give you will increase your standings with one faction, but give you negative standings with another faction, which would be the Galante Federation, the Amar, the Minmatar, and the Caldari. Those are the 4 main factions, and you want to try to stay good with all of them so that you can go anywhere in high security space. I'll explain the difference between high, low, and null sec in a little bit. Let's go ahead and accept this mission and click undock to head out into space. This video may run a little shorter, a little longer, because for some reason EVE Online won't let me have my little icon in the top right corner so I can watch what's happening. Which is not a big deal. You can kind of roughly guesstimate it. And if it's too long, I can always split it up into 2 videos. I have no problem with it. I love this game. I played it for 3 years, kind of off and on, but mostly on for those first 3 years I played it. Then I just kind of fell off and got into other games, and then of course I've started all of this. But it's definitely, if you've never played it and you don't mind subscription games, you're looking for an awesome MMO to keep you busy for a while, I'll just go ahead and close that. Now this is a little starter ship that you get for the Galante Federation, by the way. There's obviously a lot better, and you can get new ships immediately on. Let's go ahead and head towards Agents. That's the industrial one I was doing. Encounter Warp 2. Now to do that, you basically right click on empty space, and essentially that's how you interact with pretty much everything in the game, is right clicking, which might seem kind of simplistic in nature, but it makes it so they've been able to add so much to this game. There's absolutely no way in heck I can tell you everything there is to do in this game, because I could tell you everything I know how to do in the game, and then somebody else, well, you can do this too, and it's a lot of fun. And I'm really excited. I can't believe that they actually put such a good deal on. I mean, Steam does it all the time, but I was surprised to see EVE Online on Steam. When I bought the game for the first time back on my old computer, let's go ahead and orbit him, which I can basically click on him. Also click this button to lock target, set my orbit, which is default at 1,000. Based on the weapons you're using, you may want to change your default settings from 1,000 to your optimum range. And orbiting, basically, when you're constantly moving, it makes it harder for the enemy to hit you. Which is a good thing. So, I'll give you some basics so you can get a good idea. This is combat, and this is a combat mission. This is pretty much how they generally play out. You fly to a certain point in space, usually not too far from the mission giver, and you come and you blow stuff up. Now, if combat's not your thing, because generally it's not, the way you level or skill up in this is probably one of the most interesting ways I've seen it done in an MMO. You see my little bar here filling up. I'm about to get, I got 29 seconds till I get Mining Frigate level 1. Essentially, instead of grinding to skill up, you buy these things called skill books. You can buy them on the market. You can earn them from like your training agents, and you can go to the LP store for some of them. And you basically put your skills in queue like that, and it just takes a set period of time. And as each skill can go up to 5 levels. And basically the way it works is ships, weapons, equipment, a lot of different activities require a certain set of skills. And you can use those skills, you can use those skills to progress along, to improve your, whether it's to make it so you can use a specific weapon or ship, or to improve your strength, like increase damage, accuracy. So there's skills for everything. I'd like to say there's probably 1,000 different skills or more, maybe a little less than that. I might be being a little exaggerated, but it just seems like there's an insane amount of skills. There's skills for marketing, skills for combat, skills for industrial, like manufacturing, skills for refining ores that you mine off of asteroids that you personally mine. And that's another thing that sets this game apart, is that the market is pretty much almost entirely player based. 99% of the items in the game the resources were gathered by real players, the item was manufactured by a real player, and it was put on the market by a real player, which makes the market not only competitive in some instances, but also it's always changing. What was considered valuable one day on the market, the very next day could be not so valuable because some big corporation that specializes in manufacturing went and made 100,000 and put them on the market while it was high, and thus that causes the prices to drop as other people come up with that same thing. And it's just like the real economy. It goes up, it goes down, it goes up, it goes down. Certain events, player wars can affect, like, there's not only are there corporations, which are basically what you would consider a guild, but there's alliances, and some of these alliances have 100 or even more corporations in them, and those corporations have between maybe a couple of members to 1,000 members. Those are super corporations as well. So not only is there the opportunity, why has he got to be so far away? Kind of also zoom out and look about so you guys can kind of see. This is probably one of the reasons why I'm really excited about it. I played this game for years on the lowest settings. Now, when I first started playing, the graphics themselves were a lot less than what they are now. They did a complete revamp, but when they did that revamp, I wasn't even able to log in. I was never able to enjoy the player station thing, which honestly is just a distraction. It's kind of a cosmetic thing. It's something that CCP, which are the makers and maintainers of the game, they develop all the updates. I'm going to have to fly around, which I can also double left click on this empty space and my ship will automatically move in that direction. But I'm kind of hung up on this little station here. Now, odds are this video is going to run a little longer because not only do I want to show you the combat aspect, but I want to show you my personal favorite. I mean, I love the combat in the game, but my specialty back when I played religiously was industry, mining, and in case I don't get to it, because I'm going to tab out to check the length of this video, but in case I don't get it, basically you have to sit out in an asteroid field with your mining ship. Now you can put mining lasers on virtually any ship, but there are ships that are specialized, have bonuses to increase your cycle rate or your ore. And you can see right here attached to my ship I have a little mining laser. That's the miner one. That's the most basic mining laser you can use, and I would go out to an asteroid field and lock on to that asteroid and basically just collect ore. Now, it's not the most exciting gameplay, but with the corporation I was with, we made up for it by either some of us had computers strong enough to play another game on the side while we were mining, so we'd make our money that way and then buy what we wanted, or even use the ores we mined to build ships that we wanted or for ourselves. Essentially, anything is possible in this game. Now, when you're playing in a corporation, you can be subject to when you're in high sec, you're not 100% safe. Keep in mind, when I say high security, I'm going to go ahead and explain the way security in space works. I'm in a .9, which is the highest security level. Well, no, there's also 1, which is 10. Basically, a lot of people call it 10. But most common is going to be 9 through 6 or 5. I think 5 is still high sec. But the lower the security, the lower the security rating of that system, the less security there is available. I'm in high security space. Somebody could randomly come and attack me. But what would happen is Concord, which is basically an NPC police force, if somebody attacks me without being at war with a corporation I'm in, or without having, like, if I attack somebody, they can legally attack me without having Concord come after them. Another thing a lot of people used to do, I don't think it's probably as popular as it was back when I was playing, because there wasn't a mining frigate. So you would mine in basically these combat ships, or a Navistus back in the day had a mining bonus, but it didn't have a huge cargo hold. So you do something called jet cannon mining, which you would basically mine, fill up your cargo hold with ore, and then jettison it and continue filling up that jet can. The jet can would last for about 30 minutes to an hour, I think, if I remember correctly. It might have changed, so before you go doing it, make sure you look that little detail up. I'll go ahead and turn in this mission. Alright. We'll go ahead and request another mission, but I think I'm probably going to end up calling it here. But I'll go ahead and finish where I was explaining. When you are... I lost my train of thought. That's horrible. But anyways, guys, $4.98. It's a hell of a deal. That includes the game itself, plus your first month's subscription. $5 essentially after your taxes and whatnot. You can't beat it. When I first bought this game, I spent $50 on the game itself, plus I paid $15 for the first month subscription. Or maybe I got the first month with the $50 for free. I'm not sure. So you can get the full game for $5 to try out the whole thing, get a whole month of gameplay into it before you have to pay the full $15 for your subscription. Or you can go ahead and get the 2 weeks free trial at their website, eveonline.com. So 2 perfectly good ways of trying out the game. It's definitely worthwhile. If you guys like this video, you want me to show you some more different career options before you try it out, just comment on this video. And please remember to like and subscribe if I informed you of an awesome deal and you got it, or you just liked the video in general. I appreciate all your guys' support. So until next time, bye.